So friends, welcome to Easy Coding with Amara once again, and in the previous video we have done with admin app. So first of all I will show you what we have done in the previous video. So in the previous video we have created this type of layout, and by using this layout admin can upload the new post in the Firebase database, and this is the spinner and these are three edit tags. After that I created a button, and by clicking on this button we have to select the image from the gallery and store in the Firebase storage, and after that we have stored the image URL in the Firebase database. And after that we have created a new screen by clicking on this plus button. This screen is open, and in this screen we have upload a YouTube video links, okay, so that we can provide a link to the user app so user can open the video. Okay, so yes, we have done with this admin app, and I am going to show you what we have done in this coding app. So in this coding app we have created a drawer, and after that we created a tab bar, and we created a supply screen. So you can see that we create a simple supply screen. With the passage of time we also improve the layout. Okay, so in this post category we can fetch the data from the website, and now in this video we are going to do with this type of work in this category section. So first of all I will show you what we are going to do in this category section. So open the demo app, and so you can see that this is the category section. Now if I click on this video section, and after that I am going to again click on this category section, so you can see that here is no data because the data is coming from Firebase database. Okay, and it takes some times to load. Okay, and you also see that this data is coming by default because I show Flutter data by default. So all the code related to Flutter is showing here, and I set this by default. Okay, now when some scroll in the screen and click on the C image, so you can see that all the data related to C is showing here. Okay, after that when someone click on this C++ button, all the data related to C++ is showing. Okay, so yes, by default I show the Flutter data because the image of Flutter is here first. So let's start and open the coding app. And in the previous video I create a new dirt file name as category dot dot and open this file because in this file we are going to code right now. So first of all you can see that here the data is coming from database. All the titles of the code is coming from this database. Okay, so first of all I am going to fetch the data from the database and store in a list. So for the fetch data, first of all I am going to create a model class. So create a new dirt file, and I write name model. So project model is better. Yes, and click on this OK button, and after that paste that code here. So in this code remove this file from here, and so in this model class I create 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 string variables, and after that I create a constructor. So I pass the data from the category .dirt file. Okay, so as I am going to fetch all these data from the database and store in a list. So now open this category .dirt file, and now first of all I am going to create a reference with the database and store that path in FB, and after that I create a list which type is model project, which we have created in this model project. Okay, so now click on Alt Enter and press this Firebase database dependency. So execute this Firebase database, first of all we are going to connect our Firebase project with this Flutter project. Okay, so first of all click from project here and go to the database and download the JSON file from this project. Okay, so click on this project setting and now click on this Google Services JSON. So you can see that this is the same project which we use in the admin app. Okay, so we connect admin app and coding app with the same Firebase project. So let's click on this Google Services JSON and download this JSON file. So you can see that the Google JSON is downloaded successfully, and you can see that here after download you can see that Google JSON 1, it's mean I already downloaded this file Google Services JSON. So if you paste this file Google Services bracket and one JSON file in your Flutter project, so it give errors. Okay, so you don't use this type of file. So let's delete this file from your downloads and again download this file Google Services JSON. So now you can see that here Google Services JSON, and this one is not here because I delete all the Google Services JSON file from the download, and now again I download this file. Okay, so now go to the downloads and open your downloads and search for Google Services, and now copy this file from here and now open the coding app, and after that select from here project, and after that click on this coding app, and after that go to this app and click on this app and press Ctrl V to paste this JSON file, and then click OK. And after that you can see that here is a package name. Okay, so you have to remove this package name from here and write your project package name here. Okay, so for getting your project package name, go to build all Gradle, and you can see that here. So here, sorry, open this build all Gradle inside this app section, and inside this build all Gradle you have to see your package name. So this is your package name. Copy this package name from here and now go to this Google Services and paste your package name here. Okay, so now this is done. Close this Google Services file from here and also close all other files, and now scroll down and open this file and write the dependency for Firebase database and remove this space from here. Okay, otherwise you got the error. Okay, so remove the space from here, and now open this build.gradle file, and inside this file press enter and press paste this file here. Okay, so if you are using Firebase first time, so then first I will tell you, if you want to connect with Firebase, first of all you have to include this JSON file in your app folder. After that you have to include this path in your build.gradle, and after that you have to include one more library. And so click on this build.gradle inside this app section and scroll down here and paste one plugin here. So don't skip any step, otherwise you got the error. Okay, so now we have done with connection with Firebase. Okay, and also we include the database dependency. You can see that. So now we can use the database. Okay, and now select the Android from here and open this main.dot file, and you can see that get dependencies. If you cannot see this type of get dependency here, so click on Control S. Okay, so you can see this type of button, get dependencies, and click on this button to execute all the library which we have included now. So you can see that all the changes we have done is executed successfully. Okay, so now close this and go to your category.dot file, and now click on this alt enter to execute the database library. Okay, so press enter, After that, you have to import this class which we have created in this model project.model. So click on this class, alt enter, and press this model class package. So you can see that this package is included successfully. And now go to inside this class and press Ctrl O and override in it method. You can see that here in it method, override this method. And now we are going to retrieve the data which is inside this child. Okay, so first of all, I am going to show the database. So you can see that. So this is the database and we are going to retrieve the data inside this post data node. Okay, so okay, by writing this code, we get the instance of the data. Okay, and after that, by using this instance, we get all the value inside this instance. Okay, so by writing this code, we get all the values inside this node. So here you can see that there is two nodes, and inside this node, all the data is stored. Okay, so by writing this line, we get two nodes from the database. Okay, and after that, I write code for the for loop. Okay, and now I get the data from the Firebase and pass in this model class. So first of all, I am going to pass topic, language, so you write the same name here which you use in this when you store the data in the database. So I pass all the data, topic, language, image, code, link. So now I am going to store this model object in a list which we have created above. So you can see that here I create a list which type is model project. So yes, I am going to store this object in a list. So you can see that model project. So now we have done with the database and we fetch all the data from the database and store in this list view. And now I am going to create a list view. So by writing this code, I set the background color black. You can see here this color of the background is black. Okay, so by writing this code, I set this color black. And now I am going to create a body. Okay, so now first of all, you have to understand this layout. So in this layout, you can see that this is a list view So this is no two list view, this is one list view, and inside this one list view I set this first row horizontal and all the other rows vertical. Okay, so first of all you have to understand this is one list view, and inside this one list view I set one first row horizontal and the all other rows vertical. And the second thing is, you can see that in this list view the length of the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After that, you can see that when I click on this C icon, the length of the list is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the length of the list is depend on this topic. Okay, so if the topic is 1, the length of the list is 2, one for this and one for this. Okay, so if the length of the list is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see the three nodes are vertical and the one node is horizontal. So first of all, we have to store all these topics in a list and then we plus one for this list view. Okay. So now also you can see that I show here Flutter data by default. Okay, so first of all, by default I store the Flutter data in a list, and after that when some user click on some image, we replace the data with that code. Okay, so now here write this code. If so, the by writing this code, first of all we have to check if the language is equals to Flutter. Then I store this language inside a new list. Okay, so we have to create a new list above. So now I create a new array which type is model project, and after that I write this code to store all the data belongs to Flutter in this list by default. Okay. So now all the data which belongs to Flutter is stored in this list view. Okay. And now go to above and write item count here and give the length my list dot length plus 1. This plus 1 is for this horizontal list view. Okay. For this. And after that I write item builder here and pass this context and index, and now check for if index is equals to 0. So if the index is equals to 0, so we set the first item here horizontal. Okay, so yes, if the index is 0, we set the first item to the horizontal and make this type of layout here. So you can see that here first of all I create a single child scroll view class. Okay, because I use this attribute here scroll axis. So inside this single child scroll view I set first of all the layout horizontal. Okay, and after that I create a row. So you can see that here I create this layout. So this is a row. Okay, and this is a column. So if you want to set the next layout, horizontally, so you have to use the row. Okay, so inside this row I create this type of layout. So inside this child I call a function picture to 5 times. Okay, so you can see that here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I set here 5 items, one for the Flutter, C, C++, Android, and after that Python. Okay, so yes, that's why I call this function here 5 times. So now first of all let's create this function, and inside this function, because I know that the first picture is for the Flutter, so that's why I pass Flutter from here. After that I know that the next picture is for the C, so that's why I pass C here, and like this. After that here is a C++, so I pass C++ from here. Okay, similarly for Android and the Python, and after that I pass the images for Flutter, C, C++, Android and Python. Okay, so first of all I am going to create a acid folder here on this project. So you can see that in the previous video I created this acid folder. Okay, so right click on this and go to the new, and after that click on this dictionary and write here acid. Okay, so now I am going to copy these are 5 photos and paste in this acid folder. Okay, so click on this Android and press Ctrl V. So click OK. So I include all photos, Android, C, C++, Flutter and Python, and after that click on this file and write path here. So if you did not want to give path here, so you can write simple acids backslash. Okay, so in this way we give the path of acids. Okay, so now open this file and I am going to create this function. So before creating this function, first of all I am going to change this function name to horizontal view. Copy this and paste here. And now let's create. So I think I make a mistake here. So now it is perfect. So now in this function, first of all, I create a container, and inside this container, I create a child, and inside this child, I insert this image which are coming from this function, which we pass here. Okay. So I pass this image here, and after that I set the image size, and after that I give some padding to this container from left to right. Okay, and from top to bottom I did not give any padding here. Okay, and now if you want to make this container clickable, so here is a class. So first cut this code from here and include this class, and inside this class write this child here and paste that code here. Okay, and put this semicolon here. So this is a class which detects the click operation. So when someone click on this container, this function is called, which is on tab. So when someone click on this specific image, we want to show the code related to that language. Okay, so when I click on this Android, the code related to Android is show. Okay, so this type of work we have done in this inside this function. Okay, so first of all, I am going to clear the list view. This list view, inside this list view we have to store this Python data. Okay, so if you are remember, we store Python data inside this list view. Okay, so now I clear this list view. Now write code for the for loop and give the length. So as you know that inside this list I store all the data which coming from the Firebase. So you can see that all the data which are stored in the Firebase is stored inside this list. Okay, and now first of all I am going to fetch the language from here. Okay, and after that I write a condition here. So if this language is equals to this language which coming from this language. Okay, so I change the name here language 1. So if the language is equals to language 1, then we have to get the data from this list, otherwise the data is related to some other language. Okay, so this language is coming from this function. So if the user press on this function, the language coming is C. If the user press on this function, the language coming is Android. Okay, so if the user press on this function, the language coming is Android. So we only fetch the data related to Android. Okay, so that's why first of all I fetch the Android language data from here, and after if this language is equals to this Android language, then we fetch the data and store inside this list. Okay, I think you got my point. So if this language is equals to Android, we fetch the data from this list view and store in a pass in a model, and after passing this data into the model we store the data inside this list. Okay, so all the data related to the Android is stored in this list. So after that all the data is stored in this list view. So after that, after this for loop, you have to use the set state method to refresh the list. Okay, so if you did not use this set state method, your list is not refreshed. Okay, so you have to refresh this list. So now we have done with this function. So first of all, in this horizontal list view, we call this horizontal view function 5 times. Okay, and whenever user click on some function, this the image related to that programming languages is passed and the name of that language is passed. Okay, so when the user click on this image, uh, we pass Python from here and also pass image from here, and after that when this function is called, we get the Python and the image related to Python from here, and after that we make a for loop, and the length of this for loop depends on the list, and in this list all the data is stored which we fetch from the database. Okay, and after that we write a condition, and inside this condition we check if the language is equals to Python, then we get the data related to Python, and we get all the data related to Python like topic, language, image, code, link and key. Okay, so then we store that data in this my list, and after that we refresh the list. Okay, so now I am going to code for this else condition. Okay, so first of all the index is 0, so this code is run, and after that this code is run. So in this else part I code for this type of list view. Okay, so now I going to return a column, and inside this column first of all I am going to call a function. Okay, and in this, now this time I call this function vertical view because I am going to create a vertical list view. And first of all you have to see this type of error, image underscore new. So first of all, if the user click on some function from here, so suppose if the user click on this Python button, okay, so this function is called and all the data related to Python is stored in this my list. Okay, so that's why I write my list here and I pass the index -1 because you know that by default the data is stored in the 0 index. Okay, so in this time the index is 1 because when index is equals to 0 this code is run, and after when index is equals to 1 this code is run. Okay, so now in this time the index is 1, so that's why I -1, so in this way I pass 0 from here. Okay, so in this list, my list, the data is stored, the first data is stored in the 0 index, so that's why I pass 0 here. Okay, so I fetch the data from this list which is stored in the 0 index. Okay, and after that I pass the image. So first of all go to this function and create here image underscore new, and after that store this image which user press in this image underscore new. Okay, so if user click on this Python button, this image is stored inside this image new. Okay, so after that I pass this image new from here, okay, so in this way I pass first data which is stored in this list, and after that I pass the image from here. Okay, now I am going to create this function above. So inside this function I create two parameters, one for model and one for the image. Okay, so I pass, you can see that I pass here an image and a data. Okay, so now inside this function I am going to create a row because you can see that here first I create an image and after that I set the text. Okay, so this is a row. So you can see that here I create a row. So first of all in this row I am going to create an image. So here is an image and I pass this image to acid image, and after that I set the size of the image, and now I am going to create a text view here. So in this text view I fetch the topic from this model. As you know that I store all the data in this model because you can see that here I store all the data inside this my list, and after that I pass the my list from here, and so I can fetch all the data which is present inside my list. You can fetch language, key, image, everything you want. Okay, so yes, in this way I set the data. So now I give some padding to this text, so that's why I'm using padding. And here I remove this all and I use this left right. From left I give 10 and from all other sides I give 5 padding in this way and write the comma here. And now we have done with this list view layout, but this list view is not clickable. Okay, so if you want to make this list view clickable, then write comma here and then cut all the code from here and write a class here, and in this child paste that code here. Okay, so you know that inside this class we have a method on tag, and inside this method we done all the work when user click on this list. Okay, so yes, when user click on some title here, so let's suppose I click on this list view in Flutter. So when I click on this, you can see this type of layout, and inside this layout this is a title, this is a link which we store in the database, and this is the code, and this is the output image. Okay, for now I upload random data here, but at the end of this project we improve it. Okay, so don't take any tension. So now first of all I am going to create a new dirt file for this layout. Okay, so now select Android from here, right click here, go to new, create a new dirt file, full. So I write explain full code. Okay, and now I am going to import here material. So I write the name explain full code here. Okay, and after that I am going to call this class from here. So you can see that if you want to move to some other page, you have to use this navigator.push and pass context, and after that write the name where you want to move. So the class name is explain full code here. So I write this, and after that click alt enter to import this class explain full code. Okay, and after that I have to pass this model class. So if you want to pass model class from this class, write this type of code here, settings, and after that here is an attribute, and in this attribute I pass whole model. Okay, so inside this model I pass all the data to the other class, okay, which is explain full code here. Okay, so yes, that's it for this video. Now I am going to run this code. Hope so there is no error. Okay, the app is run successfully. Now I open this app and you can see that this is the supply screen, and after that supply screen you can see that, oh, here is an error. Rows children must not contain any null value. So you can see that here is a problem. at index 0. So here index 0. So as this is index 0 and I see that here I call this horizontal view class. So go to this class horizontal view, and so yes, here is a problem. We did not return here any child. So here is a problem, and also I think so I did not return here. So that's why it says that the child is 0. And now I again run this code. And now this time you can see that here is an horizontal list view, and now you can see that in the data I store a language for one node for Android and one node for C++. So let's click on Android, and you can see that Android for beginners, the topic coming from here. And after that, if I click on C++, you can see that C++ for beginners and topic come from here. So here is a mistake that you can see that here the image is not changing. Okay, so in the next video we will check this error and proceed further. That's it for this video, and if you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe my channel, and also share with your friends. So see you soon. Allah Hafiz.